Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show. It is January the 11th. It's Thursday. We're glad you're here. We have a whole room full of people who are ready to play trivia a little bit later on. But before then, they're going to give us their expert political opinions.
What?
Yeah, something like that. That's what I call it. They call it dumb luck. But you just hang in there and we'll get to that as well.
Just dumb.
Just dumb. We might have just dumb in here.
Spoiler
But before
alert.
I introduce our myriad of guests, I would like to welcome my co-host, who's on the board right here, Amanda.
Hey, it's me.
That's
I'm in
you.
this seat. I'm back.
It is, right there.
Yep.
All right, let's make some money so we can introduce everybody and
Sounds
have fun. A to Z, roofing and waterproofing. They've been serving St. Johns County for over 20 years. They offer free estimates. A to Z offers painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties up to 25 years. And A to Z offers shingle roofs with warranties up to 50 years. A to Z also installs tile roofing, the famous Cedar Shake shingles, designer roofing and flat roof coverings. You can go to their website, A2Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com, to see all kinds of recent photos. They're great at what they do. Call Chuck McCone and his staff, 669-8037. That's 904-669-8037.
Do you have that memorized?
I do.
That's perfect.
I have most of them memorized.
What I don't have memorized is all of the reads I have to do. Get ready to sparkle with Blue Water Jewelers. Looking to dazzle in your life? Look no further. Blue Water Jewelers is your ultimate celebration destination right here in St. Augustine. You can discover exquisite diamonds, on-site repair, custom design, stunning engagement rings, and more. I'm going to set up a little producer cam so I can show you what I'm seeing right now. This is very distracting. No matter your budget, Blue Water Jewelers has something special just for you. Their showroom is 500 Anastasia Boulevard in St. Augustine and is a treasure trove of elegance and style, ready to make your dreams come true. Can't make it in person? No worries. They are just a click away. Visit their website at bluewater-jewelers.com and explore our curated collection from the comfort of your home, they say. At Blue Water Jewelers, they believe in making every moment more beautiful, from breathtaking diamonds to unique custom designs. They are here to help you shine brighter. So why wait? Join them in the celebration of love, life, and all things fabulous. Come on over to their stunning showroom or visit them online today. Blue Water Jewelers, where elegance meets design. And if you're looking for something a little more, delicious, you could go to Ford's Garage at Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine. They also sell cars. Their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford has also won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given to Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com or head down and have dinner at Ford's Garage. There, I'm done. I can't do anymore.
And that's the end of our show.
I'm out.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed all that insightful political information we gave you.
It was a treasure trove.
It was a treasure
trove.
trove. Also, Carmelo's Pizzeria. They're locally owned and operated by the Tringali family. Great family, but they have an amazing pizzeria. They've been voted best pizza over 9 years in a row. They serve a New York-style brick oven pizza. They also serve salads, subs, wings, and more. They offer dine-in, takeout, and delivery through both Bite Squad and Grubhub. Give them a call. Go by and see them. Carmelo's Pizzeria. It's one of the best pizzas. It's the best pizza in town. I was trying to give the other one some credit, but it's the best pizza in town. All right. Let us introduce everyone. Amanda's here.
Hi.
We have the amazing birthday boy.
We do.
We do. Happy birthday, Blake Blevins.
Happy birthday, Blake.
You look so much older. You really do.
I think I see a gray hair in the beard.
And now for the oldest Blevins. Let's quickly switch over to the other camera. Yes, it's Troy Blevins.
The youthful.
Just think, Blake, one day you too can look like that.
So you got that going for you.
Please shoot me, Mike.
We offered to serve everybody chocolate and alcohol for Blake's birthday, but he turned us down.
He doesn't do either one.
I know. That's why we offered.
Neither chocolate. More for us.
I'm proud of you, Blake. Just for that, I won't have a drink either.
Yeah.
Okay,
Have you-
good.
Have
Thanks.
you had a drink yet this year?
No.
You have not had a drink this
No,
year.
I have not.
Okay, all right.
I have not. So
That's a guilty smile.
Like I
Is
saw,
that true?
because I beat him last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he now is getting a head start on trying to be low man.
Oh man.
When are you going to actually have a drink?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of have an idea, but I'll have to wait and see. So you and I have been charting drinks for 6 years.
Yeah.
And
It's the first time I've been low man.
it was the first time. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you because you were Rocket Man at one point in time. The rest of us could not get off the ground and you were out of the stratosphere. So congratulations.
Well, I do remember I had one day the first year where I had like 32 drinks or something like
yes.
that. It was in the mid 30s for one day.
And they were little guys, but
Yeah, they were really tiny.
Cinco de Mayo was not kind to you.
Like what was it? Richie Cunningham.
Yes, Rebecca wants credit for the win.
Well, I got to give it to her and Blake because the two people I hang out with the most, aren't drinkers, and I don't drink at home.
No, and we've all lowered every year pretty much in a consistent way. We've had a few bumps there. 2022 is not kind to me.
Sorry for making you sober, Dad.
No. Hey, you're extending my liver's life. You and
Yes.
Rebecca are doing your part.
And so I'm just kind of curious. The longest I think anyone's gone in the years we've done it is 2 weeks without a drink. That was you in 2018. And so I'm trying to get off to the beginning of the year breaking that record.
Yeah.
Now we'll see where it goes from there, but I'm okay.
I think I went almost a month.
No, you went two weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know how many days are on either side because I don't have that information because we report Monday to Sunday.
Okay.
But there was 2 weeks of zeros there in a row. I went back and looked. So yes, I'm on a kind of a streak here to see where that goes. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Well, I'm rooting for you to break my streak.
I'm rooting for me. I'll break my own streak tomorrow night.
I'm gonna have a drink tonight for Bollocks. So we got our whiskey of the week. So
What is the whiskey of the week?
we have not selected. Lenny comes in and then we go through the bar.
Okay.
And then that's when we pick our whiskey of the
That's
week.
awesome.
So
Yes. I might be joining you after all of this is over. I don't know when that will be, but I might be joining you one day. I won't be invited, but I'll join you anyway.
We're doing emperors and dictators.
Oh, I should come this week.
Yeah.
I love Trump.
Yeah.
That was for you, Blake.
Which one is he?
That was just for
Is
you.
he an emperor or a dictator or both?
We love threads.
Threads
That's so great.
No, it's really good. I do have a story for you that I thought was really interesting for Bollocks one day. So I was going to save this as a trivia question, but there's just so much information in here. I wanted to get your opinion, and I want to get your opinion on the Iowa caucus.
Yeah, we watch most of it. I'd say.
Well, the caucus coming up, but you watched the debate last night.
We watched the debate last night. So Blake and I tried to get through it.
Let's do the debate last night before I come up with this. So, because that's more current information. You guys watched it. I did not. I was shopping for shoes last night. So,
Okay.
I found a nice pump. Let me tell you, in about a mid-wedge height there. Yeah, it was wonderful. Very comfortable.
I mean, your ankles
that
are
for your
ankles are a little weak, so you got to go with wedges.
That's for working out. Yeah.
I thought it was for your upcoming date reading to the children at the library.
Stilettos.
I laughed really loud so that
You
I would
did?
get covered up. So, what was your reaction, Blake? I look at you as the more seasoned, grizzled political veteran. Troy just guesses.
The grizzle part I got down.
So, what was your impression of the debate last night in the town hall?
It was kind of worthless. Like, why watch it? Like,
Are you saying that because you think Trump's already?
Oh yes,
got it. Is that what you're saying?
I did think, but just content wise, like it was much better. Like having fewer people there at the debate, and like you get to hear like some points, something. But unfortunately, it got mainly drowned out by DeSantisLies.com.
Yeah, that's what Nikki kept saying. That it was like such.
Was she annoying?
Oh,
was she like that annoying friend that has a little bit of information that you're just tired of hearing?
It was like, hitting that was the easy button. Like anytime she didn't have anything to say, she'd go, you need to go to DeSantisLies.com every single time. And it was like, if she'd have said it twice, I probably would have. Now I'm boycotting it entirely.
Why the hell is my uncle watching this?
He wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
One of my friends...
But I thought DeSantis did well.
Yeah.
I think he held his own. He's behind in the polls in Iowa. But I still think, to me, He's proven what he can do. And they threw a question at Nikki about roads and bridges. You ever been to South Carolina?
Yeah, they
roads
have
are
the worst
terrible.
roads and bridges
The roads are
anywhere
terrible.
in the Southeast.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Mississippi and Louisiana rank ahead of them for roads
Well,
and
and
bridges.
she was bragging about the lack of immigrants in South Carolina.
Isn't she an immigrant?
Well, no, just like illegal aliens in South Carolina. I said it wrong, but illegal aliens in South Carolina. I was like,
Yeah.
where's there to land? Or where are you going to? You're not walking across the border. South of the border, Nikki, is not really
South of the border.
Really
It's
south
really
of the
not south of-
border.
Tell me-
I might want to break the news to her.
Tell me, Nikki.
Stop texting me,
tell
woman.
tell me she didn't ask for a wall at south of the border.
Yeah.
Tell me she didn't want a wall.
Well,
at
she
south
didn't
of
just
the
need a wall; she needed more than that. But I'll tell you, the one thing that she said that really stuck with me, and I believe it to be true.
DeSantisLies.com.
Not that one. I believe if she goes against Biden, she wins.
Yes.
I don't think Trump does, and I don't think DeSantis comes.
I
close.
don't think she has a snowball's chance in Hades against Joe Biden.
I think she's got a bigger battle against Trump than she does against Biden.
I don't think she has a snowball's chance because I think there's a percentage of Trump supporters that will not vote for her.
I think there's a percentage of women on that Democrat side that will vote for her.
There's no Democrat
And
woman. There's no Democrat
There is
woman.
not a single woman.
There's not a
No.
that is a falsehood that people have told themselves for years. If
No.
you're a Democrat woman who votes Democrat on a regular basis, you are not voting for a Republican woman because of their stances on a myriad of issues, including abortion.
Yeah, 100%.
I think you guys are both wrong,
Okay.
which you guys usually are.
Yeah, yes, sometimes.
You know, it's proven the last two elections for sure. You know, but yeah, because Trump was going to be a landslide in both of you guys' worlds.
Could have
True or-
been.
true or
Could have
true?
been. Could have been.
True or true?
Could have been.
You guys were
I will
going to
hold my
dominate
tongue.
midway through.
Yes.
True or true?
The midterms, I was a little more than disappointed in.
Yes,
The election.
exactly.
So I have a
But
friend.
you guys don't go after the moderate. You guys lock in on the conservative, and you don't have enough to carry.
Well, we had a moderate candidate, and that was Mitt Romney, and he did miserable. We had a moderate candidate.
Why was that?
John
Because
McCain,
the
he did
conservatives
miserable.
didn't back him.
No one backed him, right? And then the media built him up as this great candidate until all of a sudden he became the Republican candidate. And then he was a guy who strapped his grandmother to the top of a car, plus his dog.
We had a conservative.
Plus 3 children that
We had
weren't
a
even his.
conservative when we lost to an absolute knucklehead.
Yeah.
Our resident Democrat female viewer says not a chance, Troy.
Who's that?
Melissa.
Melissa, thank you for your honesty. At least you can face facts. Troy can't.
So, no.
I know Melissa better than you do.
Yeah. You know, Melissa, I'm sure you do.
Listen, I
But I
understand
can tell you-
Melissa and I disagree on things. I completely respect that, and I love the fact that she listens to the show.
But I'm a moderate Republican, used to be Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you this, I'm not voting for Trump. I might not vote at all,
Okay.
but I'm not voting for Trump. I would vote for either Nikki Haley or I would vote for DeSantis.
So a friend of mine, who I will call the Bolt, gave me some sage advice, wisdom this week. He said the problem with DeSantis's campaign and Nikki Haley's campaign and all the rest of them is they're all auditioning to be Trump. You can't take the lead actor's role in a play or a movie when they still have their role, right? Trump is still the lead guy in the Republican Party. They were all auditioning to be him. None of them were auditioning to be themselves. They all were trying to prove that they could be Trump light or Trump sophisticated or I'll have Trump's policies. They all wanted Trump's voters, but none of them were Trump. And I believe that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't understand how you guys can even support this guy. I just don't. I mean, I said it before, and I voted for him twice.
Yes.
And I vomited both times doing it, and there's no way I can do it a third time. I just can't. He's not a good human being.
Want to bet?
I will not. I'll bet you $1 million I will not be voting for him.
It's very safe for you to say this in January because your wallet is safe right now. But when we get closer to November and your wallet and your children's futures are on
I'm
the
earning
line,
less now, Mike. It doesn't hurt as much.
So anyway, it will be very interesting. I think that this is all over. I think that Trump has been the leading candidate for a long time. Everyone that was in the race.
What happens if
was
he
there.
can't get on the ballots in some of these states?
Well, if he can't get on the ballot in some of those states, Joe Biden isn't going to be on the ballot in some other states. Republicans.
What states they got against Joe? Hunter Biden's not Joe Biden. Now, Hunter Biden's in jail, or he's out on bail.
I fully get what you're saying. But if the game is we want to take somebody off the ballot, which I think is completely wrong on both sides. I think.
Even though they broke the law.
Who broke the law?
Trump.
With what?
Did you not hear what he did to the guy in Georgia?
What did he do to the guy?
Did you not hear the tapes of his conversation trying to get him to, you can, do this? You know what he did to Pence? Did you not hear any of that conversation? Did you not see what happened on January 6th?
Donald Trump had nothing to do with January 6th.
Oh, bullshit, Mike. You're crazy.
Donald Trump said, go home. We don't do this. Act peacefully.
3 hours later.
When?
I don't know where you get
He
your news
told them
from.
to go to the Capitol, yes, peacefully.
Peacefully.
Walk
Peaceful.
right up
Was
that
that a
hill.
code word, Blake? Was peacefully a code word?
People knew what
He
they
couldn't look
meant.
out there and see the guys dressed like Buffalo Bills fans and say,
First of
this
all,
could be a problem. He reads people very
That
well.
guy wasn't at the speech.
Yeah.
That guy wasn't at the speech. He was at the Capitol because before Trump was even done talking, those guys were breaching the walls at the Capitol.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I will pull up the timeline.
Pull up the timeline. And pull up the timeline of when he actually said, go home peacefully. Because everything you guys are eating that conservative soup.
I'm not eating.
Who are they still doing it for? What were they supporting? Why were they going into the Capitol?
Just let me ask you this question. This has been, what they did was completely wrong going into the Capitol. Okay? I am against that 100%. But when's the last time you saw an insurrection where nobody had a damn gun? When's the last time you saw a populace rise up against their government unarmed without weapons? That's an insurrection. George Washington.
Boston Tea Party.
Yes,
None of them had a gun.
That's how far you got to go back. George Washington.
That wasn't an insurrection.
George Washington showed up.
It wasn't. It was a protest. It was civil
We did the whole
disobedience
show on
protest.
this. It was a protest over taxes. Over taxes, the thing you hate the most. You should have been there for the tea tasting. You should have been there for the tea
They
tasting.
had their children waiting in the water, stomping it into the thing. You can't say it wasn't an insurrection.
It was an act of civil
It
disobedience.
was an act of civil disobedience.
It was the
was
summer
an
of love,
illegal
Troy. It
act.
was an act of civil
It
disobedience.
was an illegal act. They knew what they were doing, and I support the Tea Party. I'm not going to say I don't because it was against taxes, but it still was an insurrection against another government.
Yes. A government that was terrible. But you know what George Washington brought to the next battle? Guns. Nobody has risen up with guns against this government. No one.
Because what do you think is going to happen if you fire said gun?
It's funny.
What's
They
gonna-
told Washington the same thing. They were all under the risk of death. Some of them did die. Troy can give you the history of the signers of the Declaration rather well. But they knew it was at risk, and they were willing to take that risk. No one has done that in this country. January 6th was a bunch of people that were really mad about the outcome of an election, and they felt like the election was stolen from them. You could say it wasn't stolen. It was stolen. That's how they felt. Whenever Hillary Clinton and the
They
entire
felt that way
Democratic
because-
Party denied Donald Trump won in
They
2020
felt that way
and drummed
because
up
our
charges.
propaganda leader made them feel that way.
So I guess, are you going to blame Democrats for following Hillary Clinton when she said the election was stolen from her by the Russians? Which it clearly was not.
I blame her for that. Yeah, I blame her for being a liar.
But she made a concession speech anyway
The thing
afterwards.
is that she should have been in jail before that anyway.
I fully agree with you there. Now, there we've come some common ground.
I mean, if our leaders could follow the same laws as our common person, they'd all be in freaking jail.
Yes. And believe me,
And
on
we'd have a better government for
what
it.
happened on January 6th? Nobody burned down a building. I saw a lot of other protests that summer that had a lot of burning buildings in them.
4 people died.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
One person died at January 6th.
Ashley Babbitt.
How many police officers died that day?
None.
None. A single police officer died the next day, and it was
As a
because of
result
a
of it.
stroke. It had nothing to do. The autopsy report came out. It had nothing to do with anything.
Wow,
He
you guys,
called his family.
Conservative soup is strong.
His mom went on air and said he called us, said he was fine.
Our government's
Nothing
gonna
had
suck again
happened.
because of
he
people
took a
like you.
shower and he went to bed.
Our government's
and
gonna
the
suck whether we vote or
autopsy
not.
report came back that he had a stroke that had nothing to do with anything from January 6th. That's 100% facts and evidence according to the autopsy results.
So the facts and evidence say Trump broke the law.
No, they
In
don't.
all
No,
these
your
states.
opinion
Your
is that
opinion
Trump
says
broke
that he
the
broke
law.
the law.
Okay, all those if he didn't break the law, then the indictments and those investigations.
Tim,
all-
100% right. We just want cheap gas. That's exactly why I'm in this.
cheap gas and cheap groceries. It's not just cheap gas.
Along those lines, right? I will tell you that I think that the current government, the way that it's being run, and the inflation that has been forced onto people by this crazy spending. Darcy and I went to McDonald's the other day, right? I don't hardly ever go. We had dropped our daughter off at the airport. We stopped to wait and see if her plane was actually going to go. It had been delayed. We bought a large Coke and a large fry at McDonald's. You want to guess what that
$8.
cost? You got $8. Blake, what do you got?
Where was it at? Was it in the airport?
No, it wasn't in the airport. It was probably about 5 miles
You said
away.
large Coke and what?
Large Coke, and a large fry. What do you think that
I'm
cost?
gonna say it's about $7. Yeah,
I'm
about
gonna,
$3.50 each.
I'm gonna say $9.20.
A large Coke.
$9.20.
A large Coke is $2.50. A fry, I think, is $3. I think it's $5.50.
Okay, a large Coke at McDonald's was $2.79.
Okay.
Okay, the fries were $3.99. You used to be able to go to McDonald's, get 2 hamburgers, a medium fry, and a Coke for $4.25.
No, yeah.
Right?
Well, no,
I know, 'cause I
on the
ordered that all
99
the
cent.
time.
They used to be on the 99-cent menu.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, all
so
that
it was
is
about $7. Yeah.
everyone that is buying groceries and buying food right now is mad as heck at the government over what everything costs. And it's not Trump's fault that it costs this much money. It's the other guy in office, and it's the people that keep
Well,
voting
it's
for
the
all the stupid
restrictions. The
spending.
restrictions they put on, going back to what Tim said, the restrictions you put on gas and all those things. Every time you add that, it adds to the trucks that make them get there,
Yeah.
and it bumps everything up. Everything just pushes down the line.
Nixon was not a crook. He was a paranoid knucklehead.
Yeah. Did you guys ever listen to his old tapes? The documentary about his own tapes, Nixon's old
Was it
tapes.
bad?
Oh, he's such a misogynist ass.
They
Prejudiced
all were
misogynist
bad.
They all
ass.
were.
They all were. I'm not sure most of them are today.
including the guy that wants to grab their. But you're voting for it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, Tim, Amanda's searching for the timeline.
I am.
All right.
So there's a video of it. I thought they had a transcript. I'm trying to find the transcript so I can get the times.
Blake, can you search the timeline from the Democrat side?
yeah,
Thanks,
sure.
because
Oh my God.
they're gonna be opposite, so it
So
doesn't matter.
basically, on November the 5th, before Trump voted that year, he told everyone to riot. That's what the Democrat timeline's going to
Yeah.
tell you. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure that's going to flow. All right, so Iowa, any chance anybody other than Trump wins?
Trump wins.
Blake?
If Trump's on the ballot, he wins.
There might be possibility of Haley, but Trump's going to finish at least top 2.
I'm not going to wake you up out of your birthday dream, so I don't think there's a snowball. So, Amanda?
Who? What?
Any chance anybody besides Trump wins?
No.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I think if he's on the ballot, he's going to win, and
Yeah.
I think that's why we're going to lose next year
So,
or this year.
this year. So here's the thing: there was all these stories last week about DeSantis dropping out, which I don't think DeSantis should drop out, but there was all these stories about DeSantis dropping out. Then DeSantis camp comes out and says it's all Nikki Haley's camp spreading these rumors, right? Which if I'm Nikki Haley's camp and I'm trying to get as many votes as I can, I want to tell Iowans that, hey, if you vote for DeSantis, he isn't going to be around for New Hampshire or South Carolina. Where Trump in South Carolina, Nikki Haley's own state, has like a 30-point, 40-point lead over her, right? So I get an email from the DeSantis camp on Saturday. March was half off. It was a flash sale. And I went, no, tell me it isn't true. right? You never sell the merchant half off
Oh,
if you're
gosh.
moving forward.
Yeah.
When I got that email, I teared up. I was like, no, Ron, you can't do this. Don't sell the merchant half price.
Yeah.
I was like,
Tim
dang
said
it.
DeSantis isn't ready for the White House.
No, I told you that when he first started. I was concerned.
He's just a terrible campaigner, which he sucked in his first government
I
campaign.
told you I was concerned that his first presidential campaign would look like his first gubernatorial campaign. He learned from that. He was so much better the second go around, but he had a great record to run on in Florida.
And that's the whole thing. If people
Yeah.
look at records and records, it's DeSantis should be Haley. And then if you look at character and record, and I got to give Trump credit. Trump, when he was president, a lot of good stuff happened, but he's still just an arrogant dirtbag. So,
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
yeah.
Yeah, since he had his first shows and all the other things. Yeah, that hasn't changed. That's what annoys you the most
That's what
about
drives
this.
me nuts,
That's
man.
what drives you the nuts. You just don't like
He's
the
not
guy
a good
personally.
human. He's not a good human being.
You just talked about Richard Nixon. Do you think LBJ was a good human being?
Probably no.
No.
Yeah. No.
No.
Ronald Reagan was a good human being. I'm
I
going
agree
there.
with the president I disliked probably as much as anybody else.
Yes.
Bush 43. I think he's a good dude.
43. Is he the second? Yeah.
He's the second one.
W.
Yes,
And
W.
41, I definitely think was a good guy.
Okay.
But I didn't vote.
What about that Jimmy Carter?
Great human being. Horrible president.
Habitat for Humanity?
Yes, I know. I just wanted to get your reactions.
Great human being.
I knew if I said it in a certain way with a tone, I could
Yeah.
get both of you guys
The
fired
peanut
up.
farmer?
All right. So, according to NPR, Trump began
Wait a
speaking
minute.
at
And-
12 p.m.
Andy has a thing about Chris Christie being out after Iowa. Chris Christie dropped out yesterday, right? Andy, you're 2 days late.
You're late. All right. So, he started speaking at 12 p.m. NPR reports. Let me see if I can quote them directly. And even before Trump ends his speech, crowds they're saying from his rally, but I can give you the space of time or the
From his
distance
rally.
from the rally to the Capitol building, which it took longer than they're suggesting for those people to even get there, the ones that were from the rally. Crowds began to gather outside the U.S. Capitol. At the same time, Pence releases a letter saying that his role is largely ceremonial. And at 1 p.m., the initial wave of protesters storms the outer police barrier around the Capitol. So now the question is, were the people from the rally actually able to get to the Capitol building?
It's not that far of a walk.
Well, you have to think about the crowd. They're not running.
Well, they were.
You've got a crowd of people that are walking, which you can see.
Yeah.
A crowd of people walking. So Blake's got video up that he's showing of it.
There's your Proud Boy.
That's okay. So we can also talk about the feds that were there if you want to start naming names. So
Yeah, there's the part where his
the
guy who
people
stood
that were
by him for 4
actually
years, he's talking
listening
about
to
Mike
Donald
Pence.
Trump's speech in person, they didn't make it before the walls were breached, before the barriers were breached.
So none of those people made it over there to the Capitol because it
Not
went on,
at the
it went on
initial
for
breach.
hours.
I said the initial breach.
It went on for hours.
You said that Trump demanded that they go storm the Capitol.
The breach
And
hasn't happened, and
the
he's been talking for an hour.
The people and he kept talking for, I think he was talking for like an hour and 15.
Yep,
And the breach happened before he was done talking.
Yeah, the breach hasn't happened yet, and he's been talking for an hour at this point.
All right. So let's get this straight, because here's the thing I think that everybody's over. Let's just hang on for.
Yeah.
I don't care who wins. The unfortunate thing for this country, and I do care who wins to a degree, but who, in the bigger picture for this country to move forward, if Biden wins, there are going to be people that claim that the election is stolen. They're going to be upset about that. If Trump wins, they are going to do the same thing they did at his last inauguration, which is burn cars, have riots in the streets in D.C., which 100% happened. 217 people were arrested during Trump's inauguration. Is that an insurrection? Or is that just a riot? Well, I need some input.
Which one interrupted government again? Which one interrupts like?
So Trump should not have a day of inauguration. Neither. I mean, I completely disagree with what happened on January 6th. And I think the people that went in the Capitol were stupid for going in the Capitol. I think you're stupid for being there at the event.
Yes.
I think you're stupid.
They trespassed. That doesn't necessarily mean that they were insurrectionists. They were trespassers,
They're criminals.
which is a criminal offense.
Yes.
But they got punished harder.
How many
than,
people got arrested?
But just hang on. Let's talk about but justice as a whole. They got punished for. These are most people that had no record. Got punished harsher than anyone else that burned, looted, rioted during that summer. Can you at least not acknowledge that?
Can you at least not acknowledge it was an act of treason?
Let's do this together. No.
We're never going to get there.
I don't think you're going to say yes to the other part. So we're not. This is what's
We're not
wrong
gonna
with
get
what
there.
we're faced with today. Neither Biden or Trump can put this back together, and that's the
they
problem.
finally broke in at 2:00. His speech was over at 1.
Tell me, please, Amanda, Mike, please tell me, is this wrong? Just what
That's
they are
an
doing
exact
now
video.
yeah,
is
I've
wrong.
said it
Of course
multiple
it's wrong.
times.
We've all said it's wrong.
We both said it's
We
wrong.
all have said that the people that entered the building on January 6th, you're smiling like you somehow caught us.
this
We've
is-
said since 2021
The
that it was
day it
wrong and they
happened,
never should
I
have
said
done
it was wrong on this show.
can tell you this.
100%.
Look,
We never said it was right.
what
We
he
also never said that he told them to do it. He didn't.
What he did to Mike Pence,
Was wrong.
he
100%.
I will never support that man ever again.
I
Even though it cost
love
me.
the fact that somewhere in your lifetime, that this is the one time you're going to climb up the religious hill and defend the religious guy.
I know.
I love that you've climbed up that
No,
hill.
it would be
I'm proud of you.
like you turning against me or me turning against you. That's not going to happen. Even as much as we argue, and as much
Maybe-
if I called you or you called me, we're showing up for each
Oh,
other.
100%.
Yeah, that's who we are.
We always
All
have.
right. But that's not the man who turned on a guy who had his back for 4 years,
Yeah.
who had to eat all the shit sandwiches for him. You know, Pence didn't. Pence to me is overly religious in a lot of ways, but he is a good man.
That is such an understatement for you.
He's a good man.
I want to ask you where that starts at, but I really don't, so I won't. I'm just going to let that go.
It's somewhere around where you guys are sitting with that Republican soup you're sipping on.
All right, so a bunch of the media are let's go to a different topic. A bunch of the media are talking about there's a snowstorm scheduled for Iowa during the caucus. They're like, oh, it's going to affect turnout. I'm telling you, the people that want to vote for Donald Trump will already be there before the snowstorm gets there. They're probably driving there today to get parking spots.
Trump and DeSantis fans, don't worry, they'll be burning the books to keep warm.
There he goes. He's off that religious hill. That did not take long to tumble back down Jack and Jill. Oh, Bobby's got his Uncommon Ground cap on and is wearing it right now. Yeah. There is this story in the Miami Herald. I think it's wishful thinking. It's very poorly written. It's by somebody who obviously dislikes Ron DeSantis, the greatest governor in the country right now. The headline in the Miami
Rioters
Herald.
breached at 1:49, not 2:30, by the way.
A DeSantis loss in Iowa might loosen his grip on Florida. That would be good. Right? So the Miami Herald, the guy just won in a landslide a year ago.
80% of the vote.
Yeah, won in a landslide. And here it is, right? This I'll read this from the Miami Herald editorial board. I don't know what morons were on their editorial board, but this story says, it's that time again. The Florida legislature 2024 session begins on January 9th, and lawmakers have been meeting for months to line up an agenda that includes weakening child labor laws. This is good. We need workers. I'm glad the 13-year-olds are going to be able to work. If you ever tried to hire a child labor, do you understand they're on their phone the entire time?
Yeah, that's no production there.
I know. Expanding the state's healthcare workforce, continuing to attack LGBTQ people and public schools. Man, those guys have been busy lining up stuff, right? All the stuff that the Miami Herald hates right, is all the stuff. Last year, the session was essentially a coronation for presidential hopeful DeSantis, touted back then as the Republicans' strongest hope to derail Donald Trump after his attempt to overthrow the 2020 election. Did you write this, Blake?
No.
It says overthrow. Did you write this? Are you on the editorial board at the Miami Herald too?
No.
Just admit it.
No.
He only does research for him.
The legislature last year served as a rubber stamp for DeSantis in those heady days after his 22 reelection by a 20-point margin. I thought it was more than that. 20 and a
Yeah, it
half.
had to be more than that. Yeah.
2021. This time around, 2024 session could be mightily awkward for both governor and Republican legislature in the first few weeks of the sessions. Republicans in Iowa and New Hampshire. So basically, it goes through.
But he
and
was
it talks
only
about
running against half a man.
Charlie Crist.
An Oompa Loompa.
He was an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 19.4%.
Okay, we have to give the
Round it
Miami
up.
Herald credit. They rounded up.
Round it up.
Here. You want to look at the numbers?
No.
Look at the numbers.
Round it up.
Look at the
100%
numbers.
trust you. I am not a Blake denier.
Round it up.
I got to give him credit for rounding up.
Yeah.
I've been hard on him for some of the other stupid stuff they put in there, but I got to give him credit for rounding up.
All right. So the initial breach of the rioters
still
was at, you guys
She's
asked
not
me to
giving
find
up.
something. You asked me to find something, so I found it. Was at 1:48. They didn't make it to the building until a few minutes later. I can tell you that exact time if you want. Trump tweeted to stay peaceful at 2:38. He said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They're truly on the side of this country. Stay peaceful. So that was when he first tweeted to stop what you're doing
So
at 2:38.
what time was the Mike Pence should done what he should have done for me tweet? I believe it was at 2:24.
That was before. That was
It
before
was
that.
right before.
Yeah.
It was right before his.
That wasn't what you asked me to find, though. So,
Yeah.
I
was
can
right
find that
before.
too.
Yeah, but he stopped talking around 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
He stopped talking at 1:10.
Yeah. So the
stopped
breach
talking at
happened.
1:10.
My statement was
But
the breach
10
happened after he stopped talking.
And it did, but what I was saying was the people that were there at the actual speech weren't the ones that breached the Capitol.
It's
'Cause
less than a 15-minute walk from where his speech was in the Capitol.
If you're just walking yourself, yes. If you're walking in a crowd of 10,000 people, the crowd of 10,000 people reached after the initial breach.
We're
Yeah,
talking
like the crowd that joined you when you got to D.C. after your
Yeah,
walk.
exactly.
Like that crowd.
Exactly. And
Walking man.
Believe me, I've walked that walk.
Yeah.
It took me 10 minutes.
As a single person, yes. But if you're in a giant crowd, it's a slower walk.
There was a whole lot. There was a
That's
whole
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
space in the roads. Like roads are
Yeah,
closed
it was
for the
pretty
most
spread
part.
out. I mean, it wasn't like bottlenecks.
Okay. So let's do
I'm
something
just
we all
saying
agree
there were
on.
10,000 people that were there walking.
Yeah.
We're never going to settle this.
Yeah.
So let's do trivia.
Okay, let's do
just
trivia.
some trivia.
Let's do some
just
Trump trivia.
relax a little bit.
Let's do some Trump trivia.
Jeez, I'm exhausted already.
You brought it up.
And I'm glad I was right.
You're not right.
Okay.
You're not right.
Here's my question.
You're not right.
Did it
So
happen
you're
after the speech
defining-
was over?
So
Did it
you're-
happen after the speech was over?
You're setting terms that I didn't set. You're right by your terms.
You said
You're
the
right by your
insurrection happened
terms.
while he was talking, and it did not. It
So
did not.
My initial statement is correct. And then I clarified and said the people that were at the speech weren't the ones that made the breach because they couldn't get there in time.
And that's
there
an
was already a
assumption on your
crowd that
part.
was in the way. No, that's something, that's timeline, that's video evidence, that's what
Bobby has come up
been
with a
shown.
fantastic scientific test.
Yes.
I would like you to go down to the Nights of Lights, either Friday or Saturday night. So we're busy.
And try and walk through.
And I want you to start at the city gates and walk to Cathedral Place. I want you to time that. And then I want you to do it in the morning when there's no one there and see if it's the same time.
Oh, no.
right.
That's easy, but it's still
That's
only
easy.
a 10-minute walk. It's still only a 10-minute
It's
walk.
still 10
and
minutes.
we're talking a 40 minutes difference from when he stopped and when the
Okay. Are you ready?
breach happened. Yeah,
Today.
I'm ready.
Today, Junior.
I'm
Coaches around the
I'm
country.
undefeated this year.
Coaches, you are. Blake hasn't won in a year.
What?
Neither has Amanda.
This entire year.
quitting.
I wasn't
I'm quitting
here.
right now.
Lost.
I wasn't
You
here.
battle it out.
All right.
You guys just made me very mad.
What just happened? I don't know what just happened. My muted
That's your
phone.
fault.
My muted phone, when I turned it upside down, made the volume turn on my
And
computer.
it was Trump's voice.
All right. Coaches
It was your
everywhere.
voice.
Coaches everywhere retired today.
Okay.
There's 3 coaches that are huge coaches that have been in the NFL, one in college that retired. Can you name one of those coaches?
Saban retired.
Carol.
Third coach. That was
One of the most hated coaches the Steelers have ever played against. Probably cost them Super Bowls.
so you already said Saban. You already said
Pete Carroll.
Bill Belichick.
I tried to help you out, birthday boy.
For some reason, I thought
Did
you.
he actually retired? I didn't hear.
Belichick retired.
Belichick
Well, he retired from the Patriots. Whether or not he gets picked up by another team
Yeah, Jags.
remains to be seen.
That's where good coaches go to die.
Go to die. Ask Coughlin.
Well, Coughlin was there and then he came
Yes.
back.
Don't ask about Urban Meyer vamping up the
Okay.
hole.
All right. So
That was
this
graphic.
week there was a hearing for Hunter Biden, but that wasn't the highlight
one?
of the hearing.
Let me put my phone down.
The highlight of the hearing was Representative Jay Paul accused Donald Trump of inciting this. What did she accuse him of inciting? Troy Blevins.
Okay, read it over again at the ways.
At the Hunter Biden hearing, Representative Jay Paul accused Donald Trump, when he was president, of inciting this. What did she accuse him of inciting?
So many things. Inciting an unnecessary investigation.
I believe she meant to say inciting an insurrection, but I believe she misspoke and said inciting an erection.
I mean,
I'm gonna go with that one because it's funny.
That's actually
that's exactly what
I wish I'd have went third.
I just wanted to make Blake say it.
The OnlyFans correspondent over here make me say erection.
Okay, you said it enough.
We already
Blake.
broke
You said it
David.
enough.
We already broke David
I know
to
it's
the
your
Oscar
birthday.
reveal.
The Wienermobile was the morning show.
Melissa, you were
Oh, man.
so close. You just misspelled it.
Needs a
That darn
Viagra.
spell check, Melissa.
Yeah.
All right. The only time in U.S. history that the national debt was
I'm first.
zero. The only time, who was president, the only time the national debt was zero.
You.
Will you're alive. William McKinley.
I'm gonna say Calvin Coolidge.
I'm gonna say Bill Clinton.
The name of Jacksonville.
Andrew
Andrew
Jackson.
Jackson.
Andrew Jackson.
Number 7?
Andrew Jackson got the debt back down to zero.
Yeah.
That's the only time in U.S. history that the national debt was zero. Apparently, he had some bad land deals as a young man, hated debt, and was convinced that it was the folly of the government to run in debt. So Andrew Jackson, of all people, got the national debt down to zero.
well, of course
I'm
he
giving
can.
this to
He
you
got-
for bollock, so you don't
got-
even have to do the research.
He got shot twice and then beat the hell out of the guy with his cane.
Yes. Yes.
They don't make them like they used
No. Old Hickory.
Okay. Paul Giamatti.
to. Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti won a Golden Globe. I know you don't watch those things.
Did he?
Bart's son.
Won a Golden Globe.
Okay.
What fast food restaurant did he go to celebrate at after winning the Golden Globe? No word whether or
California.
not the fries were $4.
Well, I was gonna guess one thing, but now I think I should guess another.
Yeah,
thing.
don't. I was just joking
Okay.
about the dollar amount based on my
I would
life.
say it's California. I'd say In-N-Out.
Yeah, I was thinking in and out too. But you know, his dad was the commissioner who pretty much never would let Pete Rose.
Yes,
So
And
it was In-N-Out. Everybody of you are right. It was In-N-Out.
Yay.
Yep. He had the trophy at the counter when he ordered, and it was on the table when he's eating his food. All these people were taking pictures of it.
did he win it for?
Gotta be
Did he win it
inspired
for
by
John
Trevor.
Adams?
I have no idea. John Adams was 20 years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. When
He
did he?
was
Oh, he
in-
won it this year.
He won it this
Yeah, he
year.
did.
Yeah.
Was it in Suits or something?
It was Sunday night. Was this year? Yeah.
What was he in
Yeah.
this year?
I
Blake's looking.
I really like him
for-
as an actor.
the holdovers.
Never saw it.
Holdovers.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
All right. So during Christmas, a southern airport, all of the Lyft riders decided that they were going on strike, Uber and Lyft drivers, leaving people stranded on December the 23rd trying to get home. So which southern airport
Southern Airport.
did the Lyft and Uber drivers go on strike the day before Christmas, 2 days before?
Is it me?
It's
Yep.
Atlanta.
It has to be Atlanta.
you. I mean, that's the biggest one. So, yeah, I'll say Atlanta.
Montgomery, Alabama. No, it was Atlanta. I'm kidding. It was Atlanta. I don't even know if Montgomery has
Too
a-
soon. Too
Does
soon.
Montgomery even have an Alabama? Do they even have a? I should have said
airport?
Greenbow, Alabama. That would have been a much better.
Greenbow.
Alabama.
It's
Yes.
next to the cornfield.
Yes, I should have 100% said that.
It's also the service road for the farms.
Okay, so an island in the Atlantic decided that they were going to do 100% renewable energy. They were going to get rid of oil and gas. They were going to go off solar and wind power.
It better not be that island.
Last year, no, it's not that island. Thanks for bringing that up. It's not that island.
I think that island exists on the souls of young people.
It might. Somewhere Clinton shuddered when you said that. But last year, they were only able to get it to work what percentage of the time, Blake Blevins? What percentage were they actually able to just use renewable energy for the entire year last year?
Ooh.
You can give me a percentage, not the number of days.
I have a feeling it might be under 18%, so I'm going to say 11%.
That's a little lower than I was going to say. I was going to say 15.
And you guys are right on where I
This is a game
We
changer.
have no
Because I was
hope
like,
in
okay,
renewables.
it's between 10 and 15, and I'm gonna go 16 just on
Just
that
in
side.
case.
You had no hope. 15 was the
15
answer.
was the number.
15
That's-
was the answer.
Yay.
Yeah.
And Bobby, I don't know what you're smoking at 50%. Bobby's going for 50%.
What island was it?
I'm trying to find.
I wonder which government, like Turks and
No,
Caicos or something like
it's
a Dutch,
over towards Africa. It's one of the islands.
like the Canaries. Or
Yeah, it's one of the Canary Islands. One
Okay.
of those was trying to do it. And I printed the top part of the article, but I didn't print the article where it had the name in it because it was just too many pages. I said
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
That's not looking good for the European net zero goals.
No, it's not.
2030 net
It is
zero
100%
goals.
not. Okay, so every state has a company that they're famous for. All right?
no.
So we can play this any way. I can give you states, and you can
no.
tell me the most famous company out of that state.
Yeah, did that one.
Okay, we can
No,
do it
do the
that way.
company.
Huh?
Do the company.
You want to do the
company, and then we
States and
guess the
company.
state name.
Okay.
How
If
do you
you,
wanna do it?
if you do it that way, I think it's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not going to come up with any companies.
Yeah.
I'll give you an easy one to start off.
Oh, no.
Okay, what's the most famous company out of Georgia? Blake Blevins. It's Blake, right?
No, it's me.
That's you? Most
it's me.
famous company to come out of Georgia.
first. Most famous Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
See, easy.
Coca-Cola.
Well,
Maybe-
that's Georgia.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have thrown out Chick-fil-A or Home Depot too.
Yeah.
They got a couple good ones in Georgia. You got to give Georgia. You got to give
The only
Atlanta.
one I know is Coca-Cola.
Yeah, you got to give Atlanta some cred. They came up with
All
some
right,
good
most
stuff.
famous company to come out of Oregon.
Come out of Oregon, Under Armour.
I believe it's Nike.
I'm going to go with Nike.
You're right.
Way to help Amanda out in the middle of Amanda's thinking, oh, you're right.
Because Under Armour is a Maryland.
Maryland, yes.
Can you ask Maryland?
I almost screamed Maryland at you, and I said,
It's
just
Maryland.
let it go. Let it
Because
go.
Right here, do Maryland.
those two guys are competitors.
Because I'm
Maryland.
Oh man, no, it's
Okay.
Maryland. Old Bay seasoning.
Oh, Bay season. No, it's not.
no, hold on here.
Okay,
I'll guess.
Maryland.
Marriott.
Marriott. Blake says Marriott. Out of Maryland. I don't know. For the block, Marriott.
just to get it, Mike. McCormick's.
Geico.
Is it?
Geico is out of Maryland.
That makes sense.
That was an inside joke.
Maybe it's
from
more
BMI.
national, though.
Because
Yes.
Geico is actually an acronym. Government Employee Insurance Company, DC. So they're located in Maryland.
I didn't even know they had.
They had
Gecko's
initials?
there.
I thought it was
Geico,
on just a
Geico's an
gecko.
acronym.
I didn't even know they found cavemen there.
Yeah, right?
Bring them
Most,
back.
most
Those are
famous
fun ads.
company to come out of Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Whitewater.
Points for Troy. You're so far behind, I can give you free points.
Out of,
It's an easy one.
I don't know. I have no idea for Arkansas. I'm going to say Tyson's.
Wally.
Wally. Oh, Walmart. That's right. It is Walmart.
Walmart.
It is Walmart.
Yeah. I'm giving
Yep.
Troy an extra point, though, for the other one.
Hey,
He's way behind. Right now, he's got 5. You guys both have 7.
All right.
Let's see. I'm trying to find one that kind of gets you guys.
This is Troy next.
Most famous company to come out of Alabama. You're going to die when you find out this answer.
See, I'm thinking NASA, but it's a full. Would we consider NASA a company, or is that
No,
a government?
NASA's a government agency.
Government
Yes, there's a
agency.
difference between private and public money.
So,
I know you don't know that as Parks and Recreation Director.
so I'm thinking now Steel with Birmingham.
Bobby gets a University of Alabama credit for that. I'm giving you that one, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby gets a point.
Red Man chewing tobacco.
Red Man chewing the back. Okay.
I'm going to say 76 gas stations.
I got nothing.
Sacks.
I'm going to say, I was going to say
Sacks.
Mr.
Sorry, you said you got
Mr.
nothing.
Peanut. I was going to say Mr. Peanut, but
No,
that would be
Saks.
Georgia.
Saks. Saks came
Saks Fifth Avenue.
Saks came out of Alabama.
Is it Saks the purse or Saks the
I
department
just
store?
says Saks.
No,
S-A-X.
like sacks,
it's-
potato sacks.
Potato sacks, I think, is what it
Right.
means. Yeah. Most famous company to come out of Tennessee.
What would you?
Blake.
Ooh, I'm going to say FedEx.
No, there's a whiskey company. I don't know. It's a whiskey company. I can't remember.
Which one?
I don't know.
Pick one.
I say Johnny Walker, but that's wrong.
Jack Daniels is what
Jack
she's
Daniels,
thinking
yes,
of,
that's what
but I like Blake's answer too. So I'll go with Jack Daniels. Just to steal a point if it's not.
Rude.
It's
Blake
FedEx.
takes the lead. Blake takes the lead.
Does FedEx still have
FedEx.
like the largest?
FedEx came out
They still
of-
have like the largest air fleet, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't know.
But I think Amazon Prime's coming up. Like Prime Air is number 2. I
and they're
believe.
in Memphis, right? Is that
Yeah.
where FedEx is?
No.
Most famous company.
Lynchburg's where-
Lynchburg, Tennessee. Yeah, I knew. I knew there was a whiskey.
Tri County.
By the way,
I know.
if Louis watching, he was yelling at you. It's Jack Daniels.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's more
Most
bourbon.
famous company to come out of Florida. Who's up?
I don't know. It's me.
No, it's her.
Yeah, most
Walt
famous
Disney.
company.
I'll say Disney.
Disney.
I really wish it was Publix, but it's Disney.
So Disney came out of California.
Oh,
Not out of Florida.
That's
Right?
true.
then that means it's
Tropicana.
You of all people, you lose a point on this answer. You lose a point on this
Tourism.
answer. I am terribly disappointed in you for not figuring out that Hooters is the most famous company to come out of Florida.
what?
Not even close.
It's a Clemson alumni that started Hooters.
It came,
came out of Florida?
Came out of Clearwater.
Clearwater.
Okay.
Came
Yeah.
out of Clearwater.
Wait,
I
hold on.
That's like a negative
I played in that Hooters tournament a lot.
But hold on.
I love their wings.
Clearwater, Florida. Does that mean the first Hooters was started by Scientologists?
No, it was staffed by Scientology.
Okay. I might be converted then.
And it was mostly management. It was-
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Most famous company to come out of Louisiana.
Zatarans. Jambalaya.
Ooh.
out of Louisiana, Tabasco.
Tabasco.
I'm actually going to go a different one. Popeyes.
Popeyes. I'm going to go with Tabasco.
Tabasco it is.
Woo!
For the tie,
is
and
it?
Troy is slowly clawing his way back into this.
It's like the McKinley family or something
Yeah.
like that. It's still owned by the same family.
Yep.
Yeah. I read something when I was in New Orleans about it.
Most famous company to come out of Idaho.
Idaho?
Duh.
I mean, it's potatoes.
That's not a company.
I
That's
know,
a brand.
that's-
It's a product.
But what's a brand associated with potatoes? I don't know. I don't know. I got nothing.
All right. See, I'm going to say one, but it actually has 2 states that make up its name.
Okay.
Orida.
Okay.
Orida.
You're going with
There you
Orida.
go.
Yeah.
I would go with the block and say Orida as well.
Albertsons. Albertsons. Started in
It's Joe
Idaho.
Albertsons.
Yes.
It does have something to do with potatoes.
Yeah.
A very small
most
place.
famous-
Ida is Oregon and Idaho.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Most famous company to come out of Colorado.
it's a hemp company.
They might have to update this answer
Mark and
in a
Mindy.
few years.
Is it me?
Yeah.
That's me. Let's see here. I will go with. I feel like one of the big, like Ring Power. One of those started out there. I'll go with Ring Power or Caterpillar.
Colorado. I'm gonna say. Is that Milwaukee? Sponsor them. I'm gonna say Molson Coors.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
I was going.
good guess.
I was
with
going
Coors.
Coors.
Coors is the answer.
Golden, Colorado.
Yep, Coors
Not that
is
big a
the
place.
answer. Yep, 100%. Susan had that one right.
I know someone that saved the Coors factory from a bombing attempt.
Most famous company to come out of Washington State, Blake Blevins.
Washington State. I'm gonna say Boeing.
Boeing?
It's not a terrible guess.
I'll say Boeing.
I'm gonna go Starbucks.
Starbucks
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
Starbucks
answer.
is the answer,
Starbucks is the
Starbucks
answer.
is it.
thought
I don't drink coffee.
I thought I oversold that.
No, I don't drink coffee at
I was like,
all.
go boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The nerd in me
I don't,
decided.
none of us drink coffee. I mean, Mike drinks coffee, but
Yes.
the three of
Yeah.
us don't.
Plus, Duncan's better anyway.
You've never had a cup of coffee in your life.
Most famous company to come out of Pennsylvania.
I'll say. I'm going to say Yingling.
Hershey.
Stick with my beer. Oh,
Hershey.
you're right. It is Hershey.
I'm gonna say U.S. Steel.
Hershey.
Yeah.
Hershey. Troy is clawing his way back.
Fighting
He's
his
one
way.
point down.
Yep.
Blake and Amanda are tied.
In a
We got
three-way
about
tie.
2 minutes left.
But
Alright.
good news is they go first and I get like the third shot at it. This is a much better position to be at.
Most famous guy. Who's up first?
It's
Most
Troy.
famous
No,
company.
I just said.
I am
Yeah,
up
so
first.
that's
you.
Oh, dang it, I gotta go.
Oh, you almost sold yourself. You should have said a word. Most famous company to come out of Maine.
Come out of Maine.
Come out of Maine.
Oh. I'm going to say it has something to do with lobster. Shoot. Stephen King's from Maine. He's a maniac. I'm gonna go Maine lobster. I'm gonna go Red Lobster. I can't come up with anything.
I'm gonna say Land's End.
Yeah. So I'm between Land's End and REI, but I'm just going to go Land's End.
You guys were close. You really, really were. LL Bean.
Oh, so close.
LL Bean.
REI would have been good.
That is a good one, but
They sell LL
They
Bean.
sell
Yeah.
LL Bean.
All right,
Yes.
one more. I got another one in me.
Okay.
You're going first.
Most famous company to come out of Michigan.
Oh.
I think it's Blake. Most famous company. Come out of
Now,
Michigan.
is it only a brand or is it the entire company?
It's a company.
Okay. General Motors.
I say Ford.
Oh gosh. See, it's one of those two. I'm gonna go with Ford also.
General Motors. General Motors. It's on his birthday.
On your birthday.
And you know what? We don't have time for another question. Blake, congratulations, buddy! Woo-hoo! You snuck that out. 10 to 9 to 8.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Blake.
Thank you.
Good
You guys
job.
never had a chance today. I want you to know you never had a chance.
He's going to keep going until he got the lead.
Yes, it was his birthday. Bollocks, you've got what? You and Lenny have what tonight?
We're doing emperors and dictators and some of the strange facts around some quirky things like Napoleon was afraid of cats. You could have taken over France if you had a cat.
If he had a cat, he would have been fine. He took over France. You mean Russia?
No, if you wanted to take over France, you could have walked in his office, threw a cat on him, he had ran.
Oh, I get you.
Get
If
around back
I
then.
wanted to win.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I hear the morning show is talking smack about us not doing a show during an incredibly dangerous storm the other night.
That was not the morning show.
Oh, okay.
That was the afternoon show. And we understand there was some talking from this show yesterday.
Yes, there was 100%.
And we didn't go there because we didn't go there this morning, and we didn't go there the morning before.
Okay, awesome.
But I did
appreciate
check.
that. Yes.
I checked to see if I was on your show at the morning show.
Yes.
Just so we could talk about this.
Okay, all right.
Because I wasn't talking smack.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I didn't think you would. Lightning and you are not friends.
No.
I can't imagine you telling someone to go out in a lightning storm,
No,
having been struck by it multiple times.
Yeah, well, there's a pucker factor there.
Yes.
So, I can tell you what I say the other day. I said, it's going to be a nor'easter.
Yes.
And it was.
That's pretty much what it was. I mean, I was glad to be home early that day. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of nice to be.
And I was proud of St. Johns County, not having to do a makeup school day because they decided to do an hour early, and it was perfect. Everybody got home safe.
Yeah,
So.
I did that, but we're very lucky because it could have been Panama City, which got crushed.
They got whooped.
Yeah. So what's on the morning show tomorrow?
There's a big announcement tomorrow, so you need to tune in. There's a big announcement about Florida Man games.
Whoop, whoop.
Biggest announcement ever, Florida Man Games.
Yeah,
It's
big
huge.
announcement,
It's going to be big.
Florida Man
It's
Games.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be the best games ever. The Olympics
Incredible.
are calling and asking how to run a good game.
Yeah.
Pete Melfi's talking to them. He's going to straighten them out.
Yep. So we do have OMG Wicks is going to be the host
Yeah,
of
I
Florida Man
love
Games.
OMG
He's
Wicks.
so
He's so
fun.
funny.
So fun.
Yeah.
On the flip phone.
On the flip
flip
phone.
phone.
With his Publix.
And he's still putting it out there. I mean, he's still on his reels. He's throwing Florida Man Games into the reels right now.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So
That's going to be an insurrection. When all those people show up, that's going to be.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Here we go.
Goodbye,
There's
sponsors.
going to be 8 million.
Goodbye, sponsors.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I meant to say that's going to be an overwhelming
Phenomenal.
amount of people.
What he meant
Phenomenal.
to say is it's going to be a mighty erection.
All right, end the show.
I will be
Does
there.
every one of you have to say that word today?
Amanda, I will be there. Thank you for saying that.
Like, I just don't want to be down. I think that is going to be one of the most amazing events that have been run here. I think people
so
are going
much
to
fun.
come from everywhere to go see that. I did get a sneak peek of some of the
If
the
the,
awards.
point,
swag.
if the 0.5K is any indication
Yes.
of how much fun our people are,
Oh, it's going to be
this
awesome.
Florida Man Games is going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
So
And people from around the state that come are going to get to see how much fun St. Augustine is. So
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. And looking forward to it. All right, thank you guys. Good luck
Thank
on
you.
Bollocks. Great show in the morning. Apologies to all those people on the morning show. Not Davey, because he's on the afternoon show, who criticized us for taking the day.
All right.
See you
Bye.
guys next week.